Hi, I wanted to pop on here real quick and do a book recommendation. Since this is a literacy-focused tutoring service, I thought that I'd just recommend a few books that either I've enjoyed or students I've had in the past have enjoyed. Now, of course, for this first one, I'm going to start with my favorite fiction book, Harry Potter. This is the first book in the series. This is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. There are 7 books total in the series, and this particular copy is the illustrated version. And I would recommend it for any student, no matter the age, really any person, no matter the age. The artwork in this, as you can see, is absolutely stunning. The only downside to the illustrated copy is that they're not finished with them yet. They have about 4 of the 7 books finished. Last I checked, they may have another one finished now, but they're still working on them. Now, here is why I love Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a fantasy book, which means that you are swept away into this world, this magical world of Harry Potter. And so when you're reading, it feels like an escape. But it's so much more than that. It's the story of the value of friendship. It's the story of choosing good despite the opportunity you may have to choose otherwise. And in many ways, it's the classic underdog story. You see, Harry Potter is an orphan, and he's forced to live in the cupboard under the stairs of his aunt's home. And in the beginning, his family doesn't value him much. In fact, they really never do. And Harry, in the beginning, doesn't see much value in himself either. So it's a story of an outcast finding his place in the world. In particular, in this first book, you're introduced to this fantastical world and you meet all of the characters, and it's just so exciting to read. Scholastic recommends this for 3rd grade and up, but honestly, most of the students that I know started it in late elementary to early middle school. And in fact, I've even taught some high schoolers who are reading it for the first time in high school. That's one of the things I like about Harry Potter, is that it's great for students of all ages, people of all ages, and it's one of those books that is a great reread as well. I've read it, I think I'm on my 4th time through the series now. I will say though that as you go through the series, the age recommendation increases, and it should. It gets a little darker and a little more intense, so as the characters age, the age recommendation for the reader does too, so just make sure you're paying attention to that. As a bonus, there are movies for each of the books. In fact, there's 2 movies for the last book. So if you have a reluctant reader, one of the things that you can do is use the movie as a reward. When you finish the book, we'll watch the movie. And you could even make an entire Harry Potter night out of it, or an entire Harry Potter day out of it. You could do Harry Potter themed snacks and butterbeer. Butterbeer is fantastic and super easy to make. I'll put the recipe in the comments. We did a Harry Potter themed party a few years ago for my husband's youth group, and we decorated our house with some of the things from the book. And so I'm going to put some images in of that so that you can see some different ideas that we got from Pinterest. The youth enjoyed helping us make all of these different craft projects. So it could be just, you know, an entire day that you have with your family making these and then watching the movie. Anything fun like that that you can do to make reading more enjoyable for reluctant readers is always a great idea. Now, I will say that there's also an audiobook for this, and it is done so well. The characters all have different voices, and then there's music to add suspense and whimsy. So that would be a great thing to add in reading the book. So in other words, you listen to that, but you also have the book to read along with as well. I always recommend that with students, that you read along with the audiobook rather than just listening to the audiobook by itself. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I'll be doing more of these later. Thank you.